Yo, what's up everybody? It's Connor from Unscripted, back again with another video. In today's video, we have mostly some Challenger stuff to talk about, but a little bit of CDL as well at the end to talk about. And as always, we are doing things off the script. Before we hop into the video, as always, don't forget to leave a like down below if you enjoy. Leave a comment as well with your thoughts on what we talk about today. And subscribe to the channel too if you are enjoying the content and looking for more similar videos like this one from me in the future. I appreciate all of that. It means a lot to me, and let's hop right in. So, as we see from Crone here, before matches kicked off yesterday, we have some new Challengers rosters, or at least expected Challengers rosters, and the top one there, probably the most intriguing, Accuracy, Spart, Proloot, and Saints. That is basically last stage's NYSL Academy team, minus Hamza plus Accuracy. They were all over the place. Saints was out of there. Spart and Proloot were gone. Now the one was back. Now they're both back. But I don't think this is not the NYSL Academy team. I don't know if they don't have a team anymore or what. I know Saints is no longer under contract with them. I would assume this has nothing to do with NYSL. Maybe that will be their name, but it will not be officially a players on contract with NYSL. I mean, Accuracy obviously can't be on contract with them since he's still under contract with Minnesota. So, not sure what's going on with their academy team. I don't know if that will be this team's name or not, but that is who the players are. Parasite, Fire, Hamza, and Yeez. I think that is just Hamza in place of Looney. I think Parasite, Looney, Fire, and Yeez played the qualifier together. Didn't make it, obviously. Not 100% sure, but I think so. These rosters change all the freaking time, so I'm trying my best. General, Mayhem, Welly, and Wiz. And then Diamond Con, Royalty, Exotic, and probably Dave Patey. I think Royalty and Exotic were with General Mayhem on Triumph. Again, not 100% sure. I try to keep these rosters straight in my head, but it doesn't always work out. But those are some new rosters. I think really that top one is the only one that stands out to me as having the potential to be a pretty good Challengers team, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, Accuracy and Saints, two vets of the scene to say the least. If they can get that team going, it'll be a good team for sure, but there's just so many good teams right now in Challengers, as we'll see here in a minute. So it's kind of hard to really have any kind of a prediction how a team just thrown together will perform against some of these top teams, because results have been all over the place so far. And unfortunately with Challengers, it's not just the results, it's also the ping that we have issues with all season long. The players hate how Challengers has basically become just seeing who can just get the best host. That's all it really comes down to. Whoever gets the best host seems to win so much. You see Zero here. He's playing on 132 ping in an elite match. Like, he can't even take it serious. He said it's just a joke. And it's not just him. I mean, it's been all kinds of teams we see here, from Timmy Phantoms. In their last match of the night, they played Sobriety, which is Brack's team. They won 3-1. He said they were on 230 ping on the first map, so I guess that would have been on somebody from Sobriety's host. They ended up winning the series 3-1, but that's an insane ping. And then someone down here says as well, Carson, who's Brack, was also on a 200 ping. So I mean, that's awful. You see Phantom says, like, he was basically trying to predict where everybody was going to be when it was time to shoot them. Like, that's just should not be happening in a Challengers Elite match when there's money on the line, and these players are trying to make a push towards joining the CDL one day, and they're trying to play with stuff like this. It's just not right. There's really not a solution for it, though. I mean, unless there be dedicated servers for Challengers, which I guess it could happen, but we haven't seen it yet. We're not probably going to see Challengers in LAN this season. I was in Tom Gravity's stream, and John asked them if they think, the eastR team, if they think there will be LAN for Challengers, and they all said no, like instantly. Like, there was no even considering it. They don't think it's going to happen this year. I don't either, so that's really unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. And then speaking of the eastR boys, I mean, it was a rough day for them. They are now 0-4 to start Season 4 of the Challengers Elite North America side. They obviously were the best team. They won the Season 3 Elite. They've just been the best team for a while now on the NA side of things, and they are just falling apart all of a sudden. I don't know why. I know the team has serious issues with Sib's attitude. I'm just going to say it. They just try to calm him down so much. They're just constantly, they're bickering, they're whining. I mean, they still have so much talent, but they definitely need to get attitudes under control and egos in check a little bit. And their coach does a phenomenal job with that. He was doing a great job last night, but unfortunately, it didn't really matter in the end. They lost They're 0-4 now. I think their map count is like 4-12 or whatever it is. I mean, rough start for them. I'll show you the standings here in a minute, but they're not off to a good start. They lost to UT Crew to start the night, which is Method's team now, and then they lost to Nemo, which is Ramby Bambi's team. So they went 0-2 in the day with a 2-6 map count in the day. Not a good start. I hold Shift, one of the, you probably know him, the Challengers caster, awesome guy. He posted this meme, "Come on, do something," poking the eastR with a stick, because they're doing nothing. They're falling apart. No idea why. I mean, I guess it could be because the communications and the bickering, but I'm sure that was happening prior as well. It didn't just start all of a sudden. So I don't know what the problem is with eastR, but they definitely have to figure it out. Here are the standings, which you're probably not even going to be able to see, unfortunately. Maybe you can a little bit there. So the system, which is Zed's team, they're 3-1 now. I'm forgetting who else is on his team, but I know it's Zed. They're 3-1. They're off to a pretty good start. UT Crew as well are 3-1. Nemo also 3-1. So we have two 3-1 teams. It's just really a cluster in the middle. LAG Academy's team started off 2-0. They are now 2-2. They went 0-2 yesterday. Trash Bros, which that might be Jintroid, Mock, and Hollow's team. They're 2-2 as well. Built by Gamers is 2-2. I mean, it's just all over the place. It's so hard to get a gauge on who the best teams are right now. And then you see Sobriety and eastR down there. So basically, eastR's loss to Sobriety came to a team who was also winless at that point of their match. So not a good start whatsoever for eastR. Can they turn things around? I'm sure they can, but will it be too late? It might be. You know, they need to get out of that relegation stage. They want to at least make the playoffs to hopefully, or make the knockout bracket to hopefully make the playoffs. But right now they're in relegation and they're spiraling out of control, and we'll see if they can turn it around in time. I don't know. And this brings me to this point from a few days ago, which I'm sure you saw by now. John confirmed on stream he has been in contact with CDL teams, but he mentioned it was in his best interest to stay away. He wants to keep his stock up going into next year, but if he keeps going like this with eastR, I mean, how high is his stock going to be? They're falling apart right now. I'm sure these teams that were being mentioned, probably Seattle, probably Paris, he didn't want to join those disasters either, but eastR right now looking like they're becoming a disaster of their own. So hopefully for John's sake and all of their sake, they can figure it out because they have a ton of talent. Tom Gravity probably be in the league next year. Sib will probably be in the league next year. John could be in the league next year. Even Jared, he's turned it around this year. He's playing well too, so it's unfortunate for those guys and their stock heading into next season. Hopefully they can turn it around and just get back to their winning ways because they're a really fun team to watch, and they've been at the top for a little while now. Then we go over to the EU side of things, and I was showing Zero's tweets earlier. They were 3-0'd pretty bad yesterday by the Team War, who had a really good day. We'll see in a minute the next tweet as well. But Team War played well. They beat Zero's team pretty easily. That was the match where Zero had that 132 ping on the one map, so take from that what you will, but they got beat pretty bad there. Team War also came over, and this was the much more surprising thing in my opinion. They beat Elevate 3-1. So Elevate has been the top or one of the top EU Challengers teams for a while now. They've been really good all season long. They still are at the top of the standings. They're 3-1 now in the stage, and Orglis is also 3-1. So I mean, those two have been, at least last stage, were the best teams on the EU side of things, and Team War needed those wins. They started 0-2. They're now 2-2. They got really big wins over Zero's team and over Elevate, so good stuff for them. I don't have the standings pulled up, but I think Zero's team's at the bottom. They're 1-3. Team War 2-2. eastR and Orglis at the top 3-1. I'm not sure how else it shakes out, but good stuff on the EU Challengers as well. If you don't watch the EU Challengers, you should if you get the chance to. If you're doing something, just have it on in the background or whatever, because there's a lot of talent over in EU. I'm excited to see some of those guys in the league next year because I'm sure there will be some coming over. The EU guys keep coming over and they keep playing well. We have Hydra, we have Insight. I'm sure there will keep being more. We'll see how Afro does. So lots of talent over there in that region, and I'm glad it's getting its way over into the mainstream Call of Duty, and we'll see how it goes from here. I mean, good stuff over there. You definitely got to check it out. Zero does come in. He says, finally played a fair series apart from the whatever. 1-3-0. Tough start for the boys, but we legit didn't lose fair apart from the Rafi game. So Zero saying it was not a fair loss when they lost 3-0 to Hot Tub Meta. I don't know if I'd go that far because, Zero's team also had at least one host of the first three maps. They might have got 2-4-5 and they got 3-0, so they might have had one host, but they still got beat on their host too. So, I mean, what can you say? It's definitely a fair complaint, though. The server should not be this bad. There should not be this crazy high ping when there's money on the line. There is a shot at the league on the line, so it's really unfortunate for these guys, and I just wish the CDL could do something for it, or not the CDL, but Treyarch Activision could do something for them. I don't know what they can do beyond dedicated servers, which I just don't see happening, so that's pretty much where we stand there, and we'll see if something changes, but I really doubt it. And finally, on to the CDL, we do have the standings heading into today's Optic Chicago home series, so here are the standings. FaZe, of course, on top. New York, Empire, Ultra in a cluster right there for the number 2 seed. They're all within 15 points of each other. Optic a little bit behind. LAT's a little behind them. Rocker and Florida are the top 8 right now, with LAG looking like the team most likely to catch Florida. Maybe London could, but, with their roster change, it's either going to be hit or miss. If it hits, they have a shot. If it misses, they have no shot, and they could end up falling down the rankings. So it depends how that goes. Paris and Seattle, of course, falling behind pretty bad. And then here are the matches for today and the rest of the weekend. So today we have FaZe versus Paris and Toronto versus Florida. Not really that intriguing of matchups. Toronto versus Florida, I guess, could be interesting, but, Faye's probably going to come out and just absolutely smoke Paris would be my guess. We'll see how that goes. Looking at it overall, there's not really that many matches that jump off the page at me this weekend. Optic versus Minnesota could be good. Minnesota's roster change, maybe look at a little honeymoon phase with Major Maniac back in there. Optic versus FaZe, of course, is the big one. And then I guess actually Ultra versus Empire could be a good one because we'll see how Empire goes. It'll be their first matchup against a top team with Vivid in the lineup. We'll see how him and Shotzi do together. I'm really excited for that duo, and that's a really good test to go up against CleanX and Bance in their second match together as a duo. So we'll see how that one goes, and we'll see if Crim and Illy maybe can turn their things around against Insight and Cammy. A pretty rough matchup to do it against. We'll see how they do. Overall, those are the matches, though, and we will just see how they shake out, and I will be here covering them at least some of the days. I won't be around all weekend, but I will be here to talk about some of them. So that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like down below. Leave a comment as well with your thoughts on the video, and subscribe to the channel, too, if you enjoy the content and you want to see more videos from me. I appreciate all of that. It does mean a lot to me, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day today, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.